It stands like a vault, cold and silent, daring you to look away. This structure is a massive, windowless, 1,500-ton fortress of concrete and granite. 60 feet below the sidewalks of Lower Manhattan, it waits, a shadow among the towers. What terrifying secrets could such a sealed, self-sufficient skyscraper possibly hold? This is the AT&T Long Lines building, also known simply by its address, 33 Thomas Street. It was completed in 1974, officially designed to be the highest level of communication infrastructure. Located in the civic center of Manhattan, it is surrounded by courts, banks, and government offices. Its imposing brutalist style makes it unique, a fortress of pure gray concrete in one of the world's busiest cities. For decades, the building's purpose was officially to house essential phone switching equipment. However, recent reports suggest a far more sensitive, shadowy role. Today, it stands as a global symbol of the unseen network that monitors our digital lives, a physical anchor for global intelligence operations. We are now asking if this one of the most visible buildings is actually the least visible to the public eye, its true purpose obscured by silence. What would you notice first? The story of 33 Thomas Street begins in the late 1960s, a period marked by intense Cold War anxiety. AT&T, then a monolithic communication giant, commissioned the structure. It needed to be the most secure, high-capacity communication hub in the Northeast. The design was crucial. It had to be self-sufficient, capable of surviving for weeks, and protected from a direct nuclear blast. Construction finished in 1974, presenting a tower unlike any other in Manhattan. Its unique lack of windows was not an accident, but a strategic feature. This design allowed it to house equipment across 29 windowless, extra-tall floors, creating a vast interior volume. For its first few decades, the building operated entirely as a high-capacity telephone exchange. It managed the trunk lines and long-distance phone connections for much of the American Northeast. Its official stated function was purely logistical and industrial. Source: AT&T Internal Records, 1975. Visual: early satellite photo of building, dated 1976. A critical shift occurred with the massive growth of the internet and digital communications beginning in the 1990s. The traditional analog switches that gave the building its original purpose were gradually replaced by fiber optics and digital routers. The building's vast open floor plans, which were designed for cooling large equipment, proved ideally suited for new, hungry server farms and network routers. In the late 1990s, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, reportedly showed interest in utilizing the site for certain classified operations. This early interest was a subtle but significant foreshadowing of the highly sensitive national security role the building would later assume. Reported by The Intercept, 2016. The global terror attacks of 2001 ushered in a new, urgent era of mass surveillance and counterterrorism measures worldwide. Government demands for monitoring and intercepting communications increased exponentially and rapidly. Critical infrastructure like 33 Thomas Street became instantly indispensable to intelligence agencies. According to documents released in 2013, the National Security Agency, NSA, had been running a program called Project Shamrock decades earlier. This historical program involved intercepting communications passing through major U.S. telecom companies, showing a long precedent of cooperation. Document: Church Committee Report, 1976. The building itself allegedly became central to later, more advanced NSA efforts, specifically concerning fiber optic networks. Investigators and journalists began naming the site Titan Point, a reported code name for a major surveillance facility run by the NSA. Source: The Intercept, 2016. The existence of Titan Point was detailed in documents published by former NSA contractor Edward Snowden in 2013. These documents, known as the Snowden Files, appeared to confirm the building's secret purpose. Document: Snowden Files, 2013. Lower third: Edward Snowden, former NSA contractor. One of the revealed documents, a travel guide for NSA personnel, specifically listed a facility in New York City that matched the exact description and location of 33 Thomas Street. This guide detailed highly specific security protocols required for access, suggesting it was a highly compartmentalized site. Source: The Intercept, 2016. The primary function reported was related to the Blarney surveillance program. This program was allegedly designed to capture metadata in full content from foreign communications, or communications where at least one party was located overseas. Source: The Intercept, 2016. Blarney allegedly required direct physical access to the network's core switches, meaning physical space within a major telecom hub was essential. It needed to filter massive amounts of data in real time before sending it to NNSA analysis centers. Source: Security Expert Analysis, 2017. The building is also rumored to contain a deep, secure bunker in its sub-levels, possibly extending several stories below street level. This extensive underground space is thought to be where the most sensitive monitoring and processing equipment is housed, reported by Architectural Historians, 2018. Architecturally, the building is perfectly suited for its alleged secret role. Its total lack of windows prevents line-of-sight security threats like laser microphones. Furthermore, its heavy concrete shielding protects against electromagnetic interference and electronic eavesdropping attempts. Source: Brutalist Architecture Review, 2019. In 2014, a massive infrastructure overhaul was reportedly carried out within the building, suggesting a technological upgrade. Witnesses reported seeing workers entering and exiting with heavily secured, unmarked trucks carrying high-value electronics, reported by local residents and media, 2014. Visual: 3D map fly-through with timestamps. These overhauls likely involved upgrading the monitoring technology to keep pace with modern, heavily encrypted digital communications. New high-capacity fiber optic networks were laid deeper into the city, with all paths converging on this single location. Source: Telecommunications. Industry News, 2015. The sheer volume of digital traffic processed through the building is staggering. Data flow modeling estimates that millions of individual phone calls, emails, and internet data packets pass through the building every hour, making it an irreplaceable point in the network. Source: Data Flow Modeling Report, 2020. A separate report confirmed that at least one major telecom provider was formally assisting the NSA in accessing communications data from its network backbone. Document: FISA Court Order, unsealed 2014. The location of the provider's equipment aligns with the 33 Thomas Street allegations. The telecom companies involved have consistently maintained that they comply with all lawful requests for information. They state that they only provide data to government agencies under official warrants and court orders. Source: Company press releases ongoing. The building remains active today, with almost no public transparency regarding its interior operations. All delivery and service entrances are heavily guarded by plainclothes security personnel who strictly control who enters and exits the facility. Footage: Documentary filming, 2022. The high security measures underscore the building's continuing, crucial role in global intelligence gathering, cementing its status as the physical manifestation of a digital choke point. Infocard: What we know versus unconfirmed. Evidence and verification. The most significant pieces of evidence come from internal intelligence documents detailing the Titan Point facility. These papers explicitly mention the Manhattan location, describing it as a key operational node of the Blarney program. Document: Top Secret NSA Memo, 2013. This confirmation validated decades of architectural and urban legend speculation. Security researchers who analyzed the documents identified specific types of equipment housed in the facility. According to leaked equipment lists, the building contained highly sensitive intercept and processing systems necessary for large-scale automated data sifting. Source: Security Magazine, 2017. The complexity of this specialized gear suggests a function far beyond simple modern phone switching. One key claim alleged that these complex systems allowed the NSA to search and filter messages using specific identifiers. These identifiers included keywords, email addresses, and phone numbers. Source: Investigative Journalism Report, 2016. This alleged capability transformed the building from a mere switch to a crucial, active intelligence gathering outpost. Former AT&T employees who worked in the building reported unusually high security protocols for specific sealed-off areas within the facility. Source: Anonymous Employee Interview, 2018. They described entire floors sealed off, accessible only by certain government-vetted personnel, which strongly reinforced the pervasive atmosphere of secrecy. Official planning records filed with New York City for the original construction detailed the immense floor load capacity. This confirmed the building was designed to hold equipment far heavier than standard office furniture or even typical telecom gear. Document NYC Building Permits, 1971. This was necessary for the old, heavy phone switches, but is also ideal for modern, heavily shielded server racks. In 2015, journalists reported seeing specialized optical fiber bundles entering the building at unusual junctures, distinct from the main commercial lines. Source: Photojournalism Report, 2015. This suggested the site was a major, sensitive termination point for global undersea fiber optic cables, not just domestic lines. Verification of the building's current government tenants is difficult, but General Services Administration (GSA) records show the U.S. government maintains a significant classified presence nearby. A nearby federal office handles many classified communication needs for several key agencies. Source: GSA Property Records, 2020. The government has never formally confirmed or denied the allegations surrounding Titan Point. This consistent official silence, according to intelligence experts, is a classic indication of an ongoing, active intelligence operation that cannot be publicly discussed. Source: Intelligence Analyst, 2021. Source: The Intercept, 2016. Document: Snowden Files, 2013. The neutrality of our reporting is essential here. While evidence suggests a specific function, we must use measured, neutral verbs. It is reported that the system performs bulk collection, and official sources have alleged the connection to the BLARNEY program. We state what the documents claim, not what is officially confirmed by the U.S. government. Sidebar: Blarney is the alleged NSA program for foreign intelligence collection from telecommunications. Conflicting views and gaps. There are several strong alternative explanations for the building's secretive and fortified nature. The simplest one is that it houses vital, sensitive national communications infrastructure that has nothing to do with mass surveillance. Even if it were only a high-capacity telecom hub, its essential role in coordinating 911 services, banking transactions, and military traffic would demand maximum windowless security. AT&T, the official owner, has always firmly maintained that the building's purpose is purely commercial and operational. They have stated publicly that it is a key switching center for telecommunication services, which must be protected from physical and electronic threats. Source: AT&T Public Statements, 2017. The building is, by nature, a high-value target that needs robust protection regardless of who else might be using it. A significant gap remains in confirming the exact scope of any alleged surveillance today. The Snowden documents suggest a technical capability, but they do not provide real-time data on how often or against whom the tools are actively used now. Furthermore, the legal line between metadata collection and full content interception is often debated, and the public is unclear where that line is drawn inside 33 Thomas Street. Some security analysts dispute the full extent of the allegations regarding its active surveillance role. They argue that much of the alleged intelligence collection could now be done remotely, making a large physical facility in Manhattan partially redundant for modern operations. Source: Telecom Engineer Forum, 2019. The concrete vault may be more about physical resistance and network stability than network access, they suggest. The biggest gap is legal. The precise extent of Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act (FISA) court oversight remains unknown. While some court orders are eventually made public, the majority remain highly classified. This makes it impossible for the public to gauge the legality of the current operations within the building and whether they violate constitutional protections. The story of 33 Thomas Street doesn't end with what we can see. Behind its silent granite walls, secrets continue to flow through invisible cables, shaping the digital world around us. What began as a fortress of communication may, even now, serve as the world's most powerful listener. In the next episode, we'll go deeper into the human impact, the ethics, and the unseen battles that define our privacy. If you want to uncover what lies beyond the silence, hit the like button and subscribe.